Hello everyone and welcome to today's flow. My name is Kelly and today I'll be guiding you through a practice meant to help you regain your focus. A lot of us right now are working from home, taking us out of possibly what is our normal work environment, and a lot of us are also working at our desks quite a lot, possibly more than we're used to. And all of that combined can make us feel a little bit fuzzy, a little bit strange, a little bit out of sorts and unable to concentrate maybe as well as we usually do, or maybe this is your everyday reality and you're just looking for a way to find some mental capacity to keep your workday going productively. And that's what today's practice is for. This sequence has postures to help relieve tension in muscles that tend to get locked up while we're working for long hours, both on our feet and sitting down for that matter, as well as breathing to help resettle the brain, help us get back into a routine that feels comfortable for our bodies. So with all that said, today we'll go ahead and get started, and we're going to start on our backs. It's just anywhere comfortable. I'm going to keep my feet planted today, which I normally don't, just because it feels good, and wherever feels good for you is okay. So just find a spot lying down that you can relax for a second. Maybe the palms face up, maybe they plant against the earth. Whichever feels good for you. And just let yourself breathe for a moment. No sort of constriction, no sort of forcing, just close the eyes and let the breath come and go as it may. Sometimes when we're seated looking at a screen, especially if we have a high stress project to work on, forget to breathe. Start to hold your breath, or have irregular inhale and exhale patterns. Just take these first couple of moments of practice to let the breath come back into the body. Maybe notice where it catches. Maybe do a body scan. See where your muscles feel most tense. Been seated for a lot of the day. It's possibly the neck, the shoulders, the upper back. If you hunch, maybe even the hips, from having hips flexed while seated. Check in with the jaw. If you hold it clenched, just give a little wiggle back and forth. In the space between the eyebrows, if you have a frown, which you may not know you have, just let the brows soften away from one another. Eyes closed. Just then a little bit of a break from staring, from focusing on the blue light that comes off of the computer or phone screen. Now you invite some purposeful deeper breaths. Maybe you count your inhales to the number 3. Maybe your exhales to a count of 3 to 5. Letting just a little more air go at the bottom of each out breath. Three more deep breaths together. Big inhale breath and exhale fully out. Next inhale breath, reach the arms up and overhead. Invite a stretch through the torso, fingers extend away from the crown of the head, maybe the back arches. And then exhale, bring the knees in towards the chest, let the hands hook around the shins, maybe an ankle. And then just gently begin to rock back and forth. Small at first, and then as your energy builds, maybe the rolls get just a little bit bigger. This helps release the low back, bring forth some fresh energy into the body. And rolling is a very soothing movement. oftentimes. Just take 2 more big rolls. And then on your last roll, propel yourself up into a seated position. If you need to use your hands to do so, feel free. My mat got a little wrinkled. I'm on a slightly uneven surface, so if you need to adjust your mat and straighten it out, just take a moment to do that. And find a comfortable seated posture. For me, this is cross-legged. I find that to be the easiest. But you can also keep the feet planted in front of you, or maybe have them long. When you're settled, when you're ready, take a big inhale breath, and then exhale, drop the chin down towards the chest. And do some neck rolls in a forward motion this time around. Big inhale breath, and then exhale, let the left ear fall towards the left shoulder. Inhale breath, roll back to the center chin to chest, and then exhale, right ear to right shoulder. We'll do it 4 more times on both sides. Inhale the center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale center. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale center. Exhale left. Inhale center. Exhale left. So just 2 more times on both sides at your own pace. Release any tension in the back of the neck. One more time per side. And when this is complete for you, your chin fall towards the chest. And then take a big inhale, straighten the spine, straighten the neck and the chin, comes neutral, gaze forward. And then exhale, breath, let the crown of the head fall behind you, throat opens. We'll do the same neck rolls, except in a backwards motion. Big inhale, breath, and exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, head falls away from the chest, and then exhale, right to right. 4 more times on both sides, just at your own pace. Your chin may fall back as much or as little as feels good to you. If you have a sensitive neck, maybe the backwards tip of the head is a little bit less, that's okay. Just find your comfort. Find a place that feels good. 2 more percent. One more. On the right side for me. And when you're complete, when you're ready, we'll be back in neutral. Take a big inhale breath. And then exhale, let the chin fall towards the chest, and we'll hold it here for 5 breaths. Just add a longer, deeper stretch in the back of the neck. Two more breaths. Big breath. And exhale out. Inhale, raise the chin, lift the chest. And then exhale, let the head fall back, throat opens. Again, as much or as little as feels right. We'll hold here for 5 breaths. One more big inhale. Exhale out. Inhale here, and then exhale, let the chin fall back into neutral. Put hands behind you if that helps you with the balance. So we'll extend the right leg in front. Left foot comes to the inside of the right thigh. You can also come to the inside of the right calf if that feels a little bit better to have somewhat less flexion in the knee. avoid the knee joint in and of itself. Take a big inhale, breath, straighten the spine, sweep the arms up and overhead, and then exhale, slowly hinge forward with the hips. Let the hands fall where they may. Might find toes, might find the foot, ankle, shin. Maybe you rest on the forearms. And when you find a good stretch in the hamstrings and the calves, maybe you let the upper back around, maybe the chin falls in towards the chest. We'll find 5 breaths on this side. Begin to walk the hands back to a neutral spine. Extend the left leg out in front of you. Right foot finds the inside of the right thigh or the right calf. Big inhale breath, sweep the arms overhead, and then exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Bear in mind the left side might feel different than the right. Maybe a little tighter for a lot of us, maybe a little looser for some of us. And you find a spot for your hands or your arms to rest, let the upper back round. The head hang heavy. And 3 more breaths. Back up into a neutral spine, and the left foot in to meet the right, and then plant the feet in front of you, the knees pointed up. Maybe about hips width apart, maybe a little more or less. Take the hands and bring them about to the hips, maybe a little bit behind. Take a big inhale breath, sweep the hips off the floor. Maybe let the chin fall back or reverse tabletop. We'll hold here just for a moment, just for 1 breath. And then exhale, lower down. Come into a cross-legged position and float through it into tabletop. We'll also just pass through tabletop really quickly. Maybe bring the feet a little bit closer together than hips width and bring the knees out towards the edges of the mat. And from here you have plenty of options. Start to walk the hands back towards the body and maybe you float on to the feet. Maybe you have to adjust a little. I have to make mine a little bit wider. Maybe you find full expression of yogi squat. Elbows might come to the insides of both knees. Maybe you use the elbows to propel the knees a little bit further apart to further open the hips. If not, just let the arms be relaxed. Maybe the hands come to heart center. If this doesn't feel good for you, maybe you keep the hands planted. Maybe you walk them a little bit further forward. As long as you have a stable foundation, any expression is okay. So great hip opener, our hips get very tight from sitting often. It's also a very effective strengthening mechanism for the pelvic floor, which tends to get weak over time as a general, just as we get older. It's one of the first muscle groups to become a little bit lax, a little unpracticed. It's a great way to strengthen it and to bring vitality back in that area. We'll find 2 more breaths just like this. Big inhale breath here. Exhale out. Next inhale breath. Begin to walk the hands forward back into tabletop. Hands and knees. And then maybe you bring the hands forward a little bit beyond the point of having a straight line between the shoulder and the wrist. Tuck the toes and then lift the hips up and back into a down dog. Again, just transitional. If you like this, though, you're welcome to stay in down dog. Maybe pedal the feet, bend the knees, and And straighten, just to bring some blood flow back into the legs. I tend to find in this posture that if my upper back is tight, I'm going to notice it in down dog. And when you're ready, you'll begin to walk the feet in towards the hands and find your forward fold. Bend the knees as deeply as you need to. Protect the hamstrings and protect the knee joint. And then let the head fall and hang heavy. Maybe you grasp opposite elbows with opposite hands. Maybe you let the hands rest on the floor on an ankle or shin. And we'll fold through some half lifts, just 3 of them. Bring some more energy through the entire body. Part of a half sun salutation. Practice sun salutation. When you're ready, inhale, breath, straighten the legs and straighten the spine just halfway. Maybe the hands come to the shins. And then exhale, lower down, bend the knees if you'd like. Inhale, breath, hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, lower down. One more time, inhale, hands to shins. And then exhale, lower back into your fold. And we'll hold here for 5 more breaths. Folds are also great stress relievers. They are a form of an inversion. Can be very calming on an anxious, quick-moving mind. It's a place you can go to steady out a little bit and not feel so up in the air, so to speak. Next, inhale, breath, let the hands find your halfway lift. And then exhale, lower down, plant the hands, walk back into down dog, and then find your way into tabletop posture. And from tabletop, the glutes come onto the heels into hero. If hero doesn't feel good for you, you can also come into any easy seated position that you'd like, cross-legged, legs in front of you. I find that this is the most comfortable for me for our next posture, but I would say cross-legged would also be your next best bet. You can also do this standing if you would like to. So when you found your comfortable spot, a place that feels like home, big inhale, breath, sweep the arms overhead, connect the palms, and then exhale, hinge towards the right. We're in Bikram half moon. It's an excellent opener for the obliques. And the side body. If you feel this in the low back, try to tuck the navel in towards the spine to make it more of a side stretch than a back bend. 3 more breaths on the right. One more breath. Nice, inhale, breath. Unbend, find your center. Maybe the chin rises, looks towards the hands. And then exhale, bend to the left. The shoulders are tiring. Feel welcome to bring the hands towards heart center to give the shoulders a break. Otherwise, they can stay extended above the head. Here. One more long breath. Next, inhale, breath. Hands come back to center. Maybe you reach up just a little bit through the palms. And then exhale, lower everything down. Plant the hands, walk back into table. When you're there, well, maybe you bring the hands forward about handprint. And leave enough space in between the hands for your head to rest. Our next posture is rabbit, and I encourage you to watch before you move into this. It's an awesome opener for the back of the neck, but you have to be very careful to protect it as well and to not shift too far forward, on the head at risk of straining. We want to go for a stretch, really nice opener, but not to strain that area. It's very sensitive for some people. So if you have a soft surface that you could move your mat even, I would encourage you to try that, especially if this is your first time practicing rabbit. It's an awesome posture though. It's one that I practice often when I feel a little bit stressed out or if my back and my neck are just really kinked up. So take a big inhale breath, neutralize the spine, and prepare the body for the movement. And then exhale, bend the elbows and bring the crown of the head more towards the front of the head onto the mat. Take as many breaths as you need to get used to the slight inversion and the pressure of the head on the ground. And then exhale, begin to roll towards the back of the head. The chin will drift closer to the chest. And at some point you may start feeling an opening in the upper back, about this region, and in the back of the neck. When you start to feel that, pause. Let yourself experience it. And I also tend to bring my hands more towards the side of my head, which usually means moving it back, away from the front of the mat. Stabilize through the hands and not through the head. So you may apply some pressure into the mat with your palms. And this is comfortable for me. I feel a stretch in there, so I'm just going to hang out here. Find 3 breaths. Just at your own pace. Big inhale breath. Exhale out. Your next inhale, very slowly use the strength in your arms and your hands to roll back towards the front of the head. And then press into the hands to bring yourself back up into tabletop. Maybe you give your neck a few very casual, big rolls. Just to work out any of the deep kinks that rabbit might have made you aware of. And when you feel complete, however you get there, we'll come onto the belly. We're for Sphinx posture. My favorite way to align my arms in this posture is to grab the opposite elbows with opposite hands and then shift around until the arms feel stacked, that a lot of the work is on the muscles. And when I'm there, release the forearms to the mat, palms pressed against the floor. My mat has moved quite a lot throughout this practice. See, my nose is a little crooked now. That's alright. And when you're there, the forearms are planted and you feel comfortable, big inhale breath, open the chest, let the chin fall away from the midline of the body, maybe the head extends backwards. And then begin to pull towards the torso with the elbows without moving the elbows. Really engage the muscles in the backs of the shoulder. Feel some opening in the rib cage and the obliques. And the sheets of muscles over the ribs, the intercostals. Breaths in this posture. Big inhale breath. Exhale out. Big inhale, see if you can just find a little more space, a little more opening in the chest. And then exhale, melt everything down onto the mat. Just take a moment to enjoy the stretch. And if you're ready and complete to move again, you'll shift through tabletop into a seated posture. However you get there, I'm going to move my mat again. I'll find a cross-legged position. When you're ready, big inhale breaths with the arms up and overhead. And then exhale, lower down. Keep the fingers behind the low back with the palms facing up. Press into the hands. And let the hands fall away from the body. Open the chest. Maybe the arms begin to raise just a little bit further away from the ground. If you'd like to hinge forward a little bit to encourage further opening in the chest and stretching the upper back, you can do that too. Particularly if it takes any strain out of the low back. If you feel it that way. Big inhale breath here. And then exhale, release the hands. Let them come to the front of the body and reconnect the fingers. Palms facing away from the body. And then press forward. Maybe the chin dives towards the chest. Breaths here. Big inhale breath. And exhale, release the hands onto the mat. And we'll find our final resting position. Once again, I'll keep my feet planted because that feels good for me right now. But if you want to extend the feet long towards the back of the mat, or maybe connect the soles of the feet together in supine butterfly. Or maybe you find a wall or even just the air and let the legs float up towards the ceiling or the sky, wherever you might be practicing. To invite a very calming release in the low body, the heart a break. Maybe you close the eyes again. Let the breath fall back to its natural pattern. And if you found you have any sort of tension headache or eye strain, you bring the hands and the thumbs in between the brows and just draw little circles on the brow bone. And then sweep the thumbs all across the eyebrow over towards the temple and draw little circles on the temple. And then sweep the thumbs back towards the space between the brows. Just continue this pattern if it feels good for as long as it feels good. Just breathe. Wherever you are, give yourself a few final moments to regroup before heading back to the desk, back to the workroom, back to whatever task you need to complete. To move, maybe the eyes float open, maybe wiggle fingers and toes, invite some deeper breaths, maybe rock the knees from side to side if the feet planted on the mat. Final rest is complete for you. As slowly as you need to, and however you need to. Press yourself back into a seated position. And find just 3 more deep breaths to close out your practice. Maybe take a moment just to bring to mind any point of gratitude, any goal you have for the rest of your day or your week, or just an appreciation for taking some time on the mat for yourself. And as you move through the rest of your day, I hope this flow helped you get a little bit of concentration, a little bit of mindfulness back before you head back to work. It is always here for you if you just need a quick break from anything in life that is stressing you out or is making you tight physically or mentally. I'm very glad to have all of you join me. My name is Kelly once again. All of my social links will be available below if you have any questions or concerns or anything comes up at any point in the practices. I also have both of my prior practices linked below if you want to reference those at any point and give them a try. I hope that all of these serve you in some way and you continue to flow with me. I post every week and intend to do so for the discernible future. So thank you once again, and I will see you next time.